Welcome back to another episode of the Find Food Freedom Podcast. This is your host, Sam Previtt, and I am super excited that you're here. And I feel like I haven't talked to you in a really long time. And the reason why is because the entire month of March, we were doing our Meet the Team series where we had our incredible providers on the podcast. So you got to know some of our newer providers that have come on to the Find Food Freedom team in the past year. Well, you're back and stuck with me now. But there's like so much I want to get to today, and I was really having trouble nailing down one specific topic. So, we're going to do a theme today. And this theme is life is too full to starve yourself or always be chasing a smaller body. And I'm going to kind of give you a life update of why my life is too full to be hungry all the time and why it's so important for me to nourish myself. And then I want to challenge you when you walk away from this episode to do the same, to journal about it, to write down what you love so fucking much in your life, your why, right? Like why you're showing up to nourish yourself. So, before we get into the bulk of today's episode, I do want to do our Fine Food Freedom Win of the Week. This was a message sent to us this week from one of our newer clients who started working one on one with our team using their health insurance benefits. So they wrote, Hi, Julie. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting with you yesterday, and I really look forward to working with you. I feel like this is a fit, and I'm so excited to get started on my journey with you. First, I also wanted to let you know that you created such a safe space for me to be vulnerable, and I really appreciated that. I am excited to work on my homework, and I look forward to meeting with you next week. Thanks again. So this is one of, like I said, our new clients that is working with Julie, who is one of our registered dietitians on the Find Food Freedom team. And she has free sessions. Yes, you heard that. She has free sessions. And I tell you this because so many people have no idea that they have insurance benefits that can get you to work one on one with a registered dietitian to work on your relationship with food and body image and intuitive eating. And so, if you want to get your insurance benefits checked, you can do that by going to the show notes and click the link there. And you'll find it all over our social media. So, if you follow us on Instagram, if you also follow us on TikTok, wherever you are on the socials, you'll find that link. In our bios, you can go to bit.ly/FFF insurance, or again, just click the link in the show notes. Okay. Woo! I feel like I can now take a breath. So I want to talk about a lot of different things, but like I said, I think my manager, Molly, who handles all our brand partnerships, she sent me this TikTok yesterday. I don't know who it was. It was a random creator who was eating like a yogurt bowl and they were talking to the camera. And the general, like it was a long video, but the general gist of the video was like, my life's too fucking full and booked and busy and like amazing that I don't have time to be hungry. I don't have time to, be like thinking about my body and obsessing about my body. Like I got life to live. I got things to do. I got people to see. And I just love the vibe of the video and it makes me want to recreate it. I need to obviously give credit to this follower and find them, but the general theme of today's podcast is life is too full and for you or too special even, right? Like life is too special for you to fucking starve yourself. And so I want you to, as we go through today's episode, I want you to pull out a journal, like old-fashioned journal. Younger Sammy, if you could go to my room at home, like at my parents' home, I have so many journals that could destroy me on the internet that are like not actually, but like they're just like, talking about like crushes from like fifth and sixth grade and like bullying and like bullshit. And then I started to get into diet culture and I started to write my weight in those journals, which we could go a whole episode on that. But anyways, I digress. To get out your journal, let's bring out our inner journaler. And again, younger Sammy was a big journaler, and I'm trying to get more into it, even just like simple gratitude. And that's something that's been helping me immensely lately with my mental health is writing one sentence. Like it could be one word, truly, but writing one thing down every day that I'm fucking grateful for. It could be my cup of coffee with cold foam. It could be the way my daughter giggled. It could be something related to work. It could be anything. But that has been really helping me focus on the positive because I feel like our brains are so good at focusing on the negative, and I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it. All right. So, things that I want to share with you, like life is too fucking special to be starving yourself. I have a crazy amount of travel coming up. Um, and so these are reasons why I don't have time to be hungry. I don't have time to be starving myself. I got things to do, places to be, people to see, right? And so I'm excited, in these weeks to come. The first weekend in April, I have a girls' trip. Oh, let me back up. First of all, I while I'm recording this, I haven't gone yet, but my daughter and I, my toddler, are going to Disney. Do you think I have time to be hungry at Disney World? Absolutely fucking not. I feel like you get like 20,000 steps just because you're like going on all the rides and doing all these things. Like, you gotta nourish yourself, right? And so I am so excited to be going to Disney World with my toddler. My husband gets motion sickness, and my baby, like the baby, wouldn't be able to go on anything. So they're staying home. I'm going with my toddler and our friends and their kids who like have been to Disney so many times. They booked everything. We're gonna meet Anna and Elsa. Like, we're doing all the things. And like, this is a perfect example of like younger diet culture version of me. I wasn't present in some of life's greatest moments because I was thinking about my body, or I was so fucking hungry that I was thinking about food or what I should eat or what I shouldn't eat. And I'm thinking about how my toddler is going to be so hype to meet Anna and Elsa. And I am not entrenched in diet culture. So I can be present and I could soak in her pure, innocent joy in all of its glory when she meets Elsa and Anna, because I'm not entrenched in diet culture and I can be present. So, like, this whole theme, I'm giving you my life updates and I'm telling you that, like, the younger version of me would, I ruined so many social events because I was physically there, but I wasn't mentally and emotionally there. So, maybe you don't have a lot of travel coming up, and that's okay. That doesn't mean like this is only related to travel, but I want you to think of like conversations you're in, like being present with your loved ones. This could go anyway. Now, the weekend after that, the weekend after Disney, I am going to a girls' trip with my best girlfriends from college. Um, it is her first trip after having a baby, so we're so excited to get her away for some girl time. All of these girlies live in Pittsburgh, Philly, New Jersey area, so I'm the only one flying. They're all driving to this girls' trip, but it'll be spa. It'll be good food. It's like lounging with my girlies. Again, like I think about girl time, like when I was in college, that I would always be like comparing myself to friends or like looking at what they were eating, or like I just think about how much diet culture takes away precious memories. Now, you don't need to be going on a trip for it to take it away. You could just be hanging out with a friend in your house, in their house, out to dinner, whatever. And again, life is too special to be fucking starving yourself. Okay, the weekend after that, my husband's birthday. So, like, we're gonna go balls to the walls for his birthday, celebrate with the girlies. Weekend after that, my husband leaves. Any of y'all who have kids or nieces or nephews, mama is solo parenting for many days. Actually, I lied. Grandma and Pappy are flying in because it's Easter weekend. So they're going to come in. I will have help. I lied. But there are future weekends coming up in the summer that I am solo parenting for multiple days with two children. Do you know how nourished and fueled you need to be to take care of two kids by yourself? And that, you know what? Future episode, ding ding ding, writing it down now. Fueling yourself for parenting. Intuitive eating is completely different for me now that I'm a parent. And then it changed when I was a parent to two. Food, it's got to be convenient. It's got to be easy. Or guess what? It's not fucking happening. And that'll be a future episode of like how to intuitively eat as a parent on the go, because holy shit. You don't need to sit down and have like 5 course enjoyable meals. You just need to fuel yourself and move on to the next thing, because you're taking care of other humans, right? Like you are prioritizing other people above yourself. So you have to get your basic needs met. parenting, whether it's solo or not, you need to fuel yourself. But solo parenting, ooh, if you've ever done a solo bedtime routine with two kids, I'm talking dinner, bath, stories, jammies. It is it is not for the weak. It is an Olympic sport, my friends. Okay, so the weekend after that, I am traveling, which I am so excited about. I don't know if I'm like, I haven't heard anybody else talking about it, so I don't want to give away too much, but I'm going on a trip with 16 other moms who I've never met. I know that's weird, right? It's like, whoa, what? Two of them I have met in person. They are fucking fabulous and I adore them. I'm not going to share who yet because like I haven't seen anyone else talking about it, so I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That I'm going on a trip with 16 moms. I know two of them. We're staying in a house. We're going to the state of Utah. That's all I can tell you. Mom talk. Hello. Coming at you. But I think about younger me and diet culture. Would I have ever gone to a house with strangers, other women, and like, no. Oh my God. I would have been so caught up in like anxiety of like, what do I look like? Comparing myself now. That sounds like a fucking dream. Going to hang out with 16 other moms, no children. We're gonna have the time of our life. Okay? The time of our lives. So life is too special for you to be fucking starving yourself and be hungry all the time and trying to shrink your body. Okay? You gotta live your life. Other things here. Okay. Other general life updates. Since I've recorded with you, my commercial with Eucerin has gone live, and I've been getting so many DMs about, did I just see you on a Eucerin commercial? Yes, you sure did. And working with Eucerin has been an absolute dream. They're like the coolest fucking brand team, agency, everything. Everything has been immaculate. Like it's been an absolute dream. And how did I get this opportunity? I showed up online. I spoke to the camera. It was actually a video that they saw of me where I was talking about my sunspots and how like they've gotten worse with age. I was a millennial who has frequented the tanning beds. Cringe. But I think about I would have never gotten this opportunity ever if I didn't show up online authentically as myself and just show up and accept myself. And I think about like again, younger Sammy entrenched in diet culture would have never come on the internet. I couldn't even come into like a room without comparing myself to others. So I would have never been able to subject myself to the hate and the trolls that I get online because I would have taken every comment to heart and I would have crushed me. So like moving away from travel and mom trips and all of these things and trips with my daughters, like my work is drastically impacted by the ability to nourish myself and show up authentically as myself. And so I want you to think about that when you're journaling. It's like, what are you grateful for within your work? Like, is it your job? Is it a person at your job? Is it a mentor? Is it a boss? Is it a coworker? Is it a project that you're working on? Is it a future dream job that you want to get to, but your current job is giving you the experience that you need in order to get to that job? So I am just so grateful for the freedom that food and has given me, like having food freedom, the freedom that's given me to be able to show up and to share with others and to then have these experiences with work that I could never have dreamed of. I could have never dreamed of. And I actually have an exciting thing in the works, another travel thing related to work that I cannot share yet because I don't know if it's happening fully. So we'll table that for another time. Um, and now let's talk about my medication update. I was wondering if this should be a separate episode, but I feel like it all ties in together, so I'm going to go to that. So I've been on a psych med journey. And for those of you who have listened to, I did like Live Laugh Lexapro was an episode. Then I did a psych med update because I actually came off of Lexapro. I went on to Wellbutrin. Well, I have not done an episode since then. I have added in Zoloft with my Wellbutrin and upped both of those doses. Now, please know, I hope I don't need to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. I am not a psych NP. I am not your physician. This is not medical advice. This is me just sharing my personal experience and things that have been helpful for me. And I've had a lot of people DMing me about this, and I've had a lot of girlfriends in my personal life like messaging me, voice memoing me, being like, I think I need to get on a psych med. I'm like, like, if you're thinking about it, you probably do. And again, this is just like big sister love and energy coming out to you. Like, because I was that way for a long time. Like, I thought about it, I thought about it, I thought about it, and I never did it for a while. And if you're thinking you need it, you probably do. Like if you've been thinking about it for a while and it's been festering, you probably do. So let me talk about the great things that have happened for me since really getting on psych meds that are agreeing with my body. I have an amazing psych NP who I've been monitoring things with. So how do I know they're working? I get that question. Like, how do you know? You don't feel like a different person. Like, I don't feel different. It's not like a drug that you feel like it's not a high, right? But I am so less combative and reactive. And it's not that I don't care, but it's almost like fucking Mel Robbins' let them theory, right? Which I'm sure you've seen that all over social media, which like I have a lot of thoughts about her. She kind of gives me Rachel Hollis vibes of like, girl, wash your face. If you know, you know. But there are some things that I enjoy about the philosophy. So I'm going to digress here. Um, of, okay, if let's say my baby, it's nap time, right? And she should, air quotes, be napping. I know it's nap time. She's fed. She's has her bottle. She's good, but she's not napping and she's screaming and she's crying and I want to get things done. And I'm starting to think of my running to-do list in my head and the house is a mess and I have work things that I'm behind on, but now I can't work because I have to. That used to derail me. But, and don't get me wrong, I'm still stressed sometimes. It's not like I'm just like this monotone platonic thing. But now I can like take a deep breath and be like, this is what it is, right? Like it's easier for me to accept the things that I cannot control and live my life. I lived the majority of my life because I've had undiagnosed anxiety for a very long time. I lived the majority of my life rushing, urgency. Oh my gosh, like the urgency to nothing. Like when I tell you I would be so urgent and so snappy and everything had to get like my brain was running at 5,000 miles an hour all the time, all the time. Like a bear was fucking chasing me. And if I didn't get these 700 things done, the bear was going to attack me. And the funny thing is the list never stopped. So it's not like, oh, I got these 700 things done, cross it off, boom, relax. No, my to-do list is like a hamster wheel that keeps going. So I was always running, always urgent, always going. And there was no stopping point. And so Wellbutrin and Zoloft have really helped me get to a point where I can breathe. I still have a million things to do. I still am an entrepreneur. I'm running a business. I have 14 incredible people on my team. I have two daughters. Our one daughter's in daycare. Praise be. Like, I want to be very clear about the village and the support we have that my toddler is in full-time daycare, but my 11-month-old is not. She's home with us full time. My husband and I are both working. So I have a baby I'm taking care of. Like, I have a lot of travel. Again, back to the theme. My life is fucking full. And this goes back to like nourishing myself is a non-negotiable. I can't be hungry. I can't be fucking starving. I don't have time for that. I do not have time for that. And I was at a place, I'm not saying you need to do this, but I was at a place where my mental health was also inhibiting me from enjoying my life to the fullest. And I was white knuckling it for so long, thinking like, I don't need a med, I don't need a med, I don't need a med. I'm gonna get through this. And now, and I was like, I can't do that. I can't fucking do it. And so I can promise you, does shit still trigger me? Yes. Does shit still come up? Absolutely. I'm not shitting rainbows and butterflies over here, but I'm able to like come at it with a level head and understand that like life is so precious and so fragile. And like the things that come up on a day to day for me, they're not the end of the world and it's okay. And it took me taking meds to like be able to feel that. I logically knew that before I took meds that like I don't need to rush. I don't need to be urgent, but like I wasn't able to believe that in my physical body. So where I'm at on my medication journey, I'm taking Zoloft, I'm taking Wellbutrin, I'm fucking loving it. I'm just marinating, as me and my psych NP call it. I'm at a good place. Do I want to be on meds forever? No, but I'm also at a place where I'm like things are really good. So we don't need to like taper down right away. Let's see how I do. Let's stay for a little bit. And then we have a transition in August. My baby, who will be older than 1 at that point, will be going to daycare part-time, which will be a big transition for me because like she's my little baby. Like I I don't know. I feel all the things. Like my toddler fucking loves school. She's a social butterfly. She loves it. She loves everything about it. So I like, and she's been in school for so long, but like my baby. So I don't want to cut my meds until I need to go through that transition. But it also, as hard as that transition will be for me at that time, I think it'll also, they'll just like everything, right? There's duality. It'll be hard and it'll be great because then I will get 3 days a week of a childless home. Holy shit, the silence. Like I'll probably just sit and stare into the abyss. If you know, you know. Um, so get through that transition and then see if like, hey, maybe we can come down. And also, big point that I talk about with my psych NP that I forgot to get to here. How else do I know the meds are working? Because of my urgency and my like on edge and all of that, like I couldn't do things for myself before getting on meds. Like, sure, I would like shower and like, meet basic needs. But if you ask me, like, what do you do for fun? I don't fucking know. Once you become a mom, this is like that whole motherhood identity crisis, which again, I want to do another, I'm going to write that one down too as another podcast idea because I could talk for years on that. And also like having 2 children, it's been night and day difference between my first kid and my second kid with my identity because I was already a mom when I had my second kid. So, but what I'm going back to here is with the meds is it has helped me. And I've also done years of talk therapy and I'm also working on EMDR. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes with my meds. Like I'm not just taking meds and all this is happening. I do want to make that clear. But I've been able to prioritize things that bring me joy. Like if I ask you and you have your journal out right now, what do you do that brings you joy? And if you're a mom, I know your kids bring you joy. Believe me, my kids bring me so much fucking joy. But I don't want it to be about them. I don't want it to be about your partner. I don't want even it to be about your friends. Like, sure, you go out on girls' nights or you do things with your friends. What do you do? What do you do for joy? What brings you joy? What are your hobbies? And that was a question that for years, even before kids, I couldn't answer that. Like, this was my joy. Work was my joy. And it is my joy. I love what I do. So, like, that is joyful. So that's where the lines get blurred. But no work, no kids, no loved ones. What do you do that brings you joy? And I've been able to prioritize. I'm now reading fiction novels, ACOTAR girlies. You've been hitting me up in my DMs. You've been telling me Throne of Glass, Fourth Wing series next. Let's clip this and make this a clip, okay? What fantasy series should I read next? I'm reading the ACOTAR series. Should I read Throne of Glass or should I read Fourth Wing series next? Y'all blew up my DMs with hundreds and hundreds of comments. So let's drop it here in the comments below. I need I need my fantasy girlies to come forward. Okay? So I've been reading fantasy. It has helped me escape this horrendous political climate that we're in right now and escape my reality. And I've absolutely fucking loved it. I've always deemed myself as air quotes, not a reader, which I don't like putting labels on it because then I felt like I couldn't read. I am now a reader. I'm on the third book in the series. These are long fucking books. There's so many more fantasy novels to read, and I'm so invested because it gets me out of my head, gets me to a different reality, and I really enjoy it. So, reading. Two, learning Greek, learning a language. I'm 50% Greek. My maiden name is Pappas. I got engaged in Greece. I've been in Greece twice. I have a yaya. She's incredible. I love spanakopita. I am now learning Greek on Duolingo. And it's something I wanted to do for a really long time, but like I've always been like, I can't do it. Why? Why can't I do it? I would always do that to myself and like diminish things that I couldn't do. So I'm learning Greek. Okay. Walking and like listening to podcasts. Now again, like movement is kind of like its own separate thing. So we'll keep it there. But I shared this on, so I don't even want to get into movement because like I feel like that could be a separate thing. Um, but I took an acting class. I know. I'm on a commercial. I'm taking an acting class. Who the fuck am I? No, as a kid, I always wanted to be an actor. Or actress. I always wanted to be on camera. Hence, look at my fucking job now. I found my own stage, as I say. But I, you should have seen me the day of my acting class. I was a wreck. I was so nervous. Like, I'm telling you to do things for fun, but I was like so nervous. I was crawling out of my skin. It was an 8 p.m. I'm usually in bed by then. It's an 8 p.m. virtual class. I really, really enjoyed it. I had so much fun. I ran lines with a partner in a scene. It was incredible. I don't want to make excuses for myself, but I feel like the season of life I'm in right now, like 8 p.m. is really hard for me after parenting all day and working all day. So I don't know if it's the right season for me to commit to that weekly, especially with sick kiddos. Like I would have missed a lot of the classes, but I was proud of myself for trying it. And I have a few other things on my list that I'm gonna check off: dance classes, tennis lessons. Like I'm prioritizing things for myself. Am I doing this weekly? No. Do I read daily? Yes. But like some of these bigger ticket items, like I have two kids. Like I can't just leave the house and do these things. Like I have to make sure I have my husband home, right? But start with a baby step, write out a list. Life is too special for you, for your hobbies, for your entire identity to be wrapped up in fucking starving yourself and chasing a smaller body. That was a really fun episode of pulling in a theme and then kind of giving you like my life updates around the theme. If you liked this episode, please send me a DM. Let me know. Um, I really, really enjoyed this one. Please also, like, I cannot stress enough if you could please, please, please go over to Apple Podcasts, like, review, subscribe, um, leave a comment, like when you review, right, of what you liked, what you want to hear more of. The more I hear from you, the more I can help you. Thank you so much for being here. Please, 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 if you have health insurance, get your benefits checked. The worst that happens is you have no coverage. And guess what? Then we give you a free month of our membership, which includes 3 group calls with our lead dietitian and intuitive eating counselor for free. So either you have free sessions to work one-on-one with our team, or you have a free month in our membership with 3 live group calls. So really, there's no bad option. All right. Thank you for being here with me. I love you so much, and I'll see you next week.